Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Disney's A Bug's Life. The other side of the war. Before we get to the game, let's do a quick recap of A Bug's Life and its blood rival, Antz. A Bug's Life, made by Disney, and Antz, released a month earlier by DreamWorks, had a very public feud due to the movies sharing numerous plot and setting similarities. There were accusations of espionage, rushing to be the first to release, interfering with each other. It was kind of a huge mess. But one thing that did separate the two movies was the tone. Antz was brutal, dealing with themes of individuality and war, while A Bug's Life was upbeat and comedic. More about shenanigans. I don't know, I just think they both could have coexisted in peace, rather than the bizarre showdown we got. But because A Bug's Life was more of a comedy story about an ant who hires a group of circus bugs to fight back against evil grasshoppers, I think it's a better fit for the world of video games. A Bug's Life hit PlayStation and Nintendo 64 first to middling reviews, then a month later for the Game Boy Color. So that means that today our goal is to determine which rival movie turned into the better game, because Antz was a surprisingly solid platformer given everything going on behind the scenes, and then we can finally put this decades-long feud to bed once and for all. Because as we all know, video games are more important than movies. Come on, do movies have A and B buttons? I don't think so. The box art is of course a shot of everyone's favorite character from A Bug's Life, that ant. And in the background you can see those other famous characters. Look, I won't lie, I don't remember a thing about A Bug's Life. Or Antz, come to think of it. I kinda missed both movies. Let's find out which bug game reigns supreme. For the colony, it's A Bug's Life. All rights reserved by Disney. Absolutely, they now own this video. And Disney Interactive, who did a whole lot of games, some of which were actually really good, as I recall. Tier text? Uh-oh. Wow, that is pixelated. Disney's A Bug's Life. Okay, we're just right onto here. That title screen lasted very, very short. Oh god, please don't look at me. You kind of look like you're dying. I do like the hand pointing. That's just a little detail, but I love stuff like that. Let's go. Hopper and his evil gang are coming for their food. Flick has an idea for a machine to increase the harvest. Can you help him find the parts? I hope so. These pictures are just not that good looking. Okay, it's a side-scroller. I mean, kind of assumed as much. Whoa, god. Okay, so it's A to jump, B to dash. Run. Okay, I'm dead. Good. Oh, the jumping is weird. Okay, jump. If you try to move back, you can only move a little bit. It's a little bit delayed, too. A, jump. A, jump. There's like a couple, frame delay. Ooh. I hope that's something I want. Okay. Oh, shoot, we're out of... Okay, I see what it is. Those things that were dropping earlier were just, power-ups I could throw? Hey, come back here. Okay. Ooh, this... I'm really not getting good vibes here. Oh, man. The jumping is really bothering me. There's also the fact that when you land, you just freeze. Wait, what? Okay, so I think this is meant to be a slower platformer. Then why give you... Ow, such a massive dash. There's something... You know what it is? The way you land feels weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the game sort of stops you a second before you think you're supposed to stop. Okay, so I can already tell you for sure this is not nearly as good as Antz was. Antz was a surprisingly decent platformer. Nothing amazing, but enough where it's like, okay, yeah, I want to keep playing this. Okay, wait, so I grabbed the power-up, and the power-up doesn't respawn, but the enemy does. Okay, stick acquired. What does the stick do? I don't know. What does this have to do with getting stuff to build a machine to stop grasshoppers? Also don't know. What? It won't let me go up there. Double jump. What do I do? I'm actually stuck. Where's a walkthrough? It's not working. It says you're supposed to be able to use that as a springboard. Okay, What am I supposed to do? Why? This is insane! I'm not missing any game mechanics, am I? I literally cannot jump up to this mushroom. There we go! Okay, I had to, like, jump 4 times and hold the jump button. We're switching to the Game Boy Color version. I swear you better be better, or I'm just gonna put my head through the screen. Whoa. Ooh, okay, that looks really nice for the Game Boy. Oh, this is totally different. Title screen looks better. That looks still kind of horrifying. Okay. Can the Game Boy Color salvage this at all? Well, the level does look a lot better. Oh, it's not better at all. I can't even get past the first stage of this game. Incidentally, looking up reviews of this, all the reviews I found said the same 2 things, which is, 1, the game is too difficult, and 2, even if you can get further in the game, it's not good at all. This is just not good. I mean, at least the Game Boy Color version looks better, although I'm pretty sure, isn't Flick supposed to be blue? I just noticed he's purple. They couldn't even get that right. So it's a platformer that's meant to be slow, but also playing it slowly doesn't give you any sense of satisfaction. And so you're just incredibly bored, and also the controls sometimes just don't work. Like, this should not be a puzzle, it's a platform! Let's see if we can at least complete a single level of this. Ugh. I don't know, is it even worth it to finish? I have to try, right? Do I have to? You know what? Forget completing a stage. I don't need to see past this level to know that this game is trash. It's a shame, too. I was really hoping the war between A Bug's Life and Antz would be a bit closer, but, no. Thanks entirely to this game, Antz is the winner. Congratulations, DreamWorks. You did it. If this is what A Bug's Life is like, someone better get the traps. I was really hoping this was gonna be a close battle. Antz versus A Bug's Life, the ultimate animated movie feud, to be settled in one last epic clash on the Game Boy. But instead we end up with a one-sided destruction, because while Antz was pretty fun, A Bug's Life was an ugly mess. Okay, to be fair, ugly probably isn't the best way to describe it, because the one thing I think works about the game is the graphics. Especially on the Game Boy Color, the game was pretty nice looking and animated well too, which is always a plus. Not sure why Flick was purple, but still, at the very least, the game was pleasant to look at. But the same can't be said about the rest of it, because oh man, the gameplay of this one was terrible. It's one of those platformers that wants you to play very slowly, which is weird because they also give you a way too fast dash button. The jumping was the worst of it though. Your momentum stopped oddly too soon, the actual jump itself was delayed, and if you change direction mid-jump, you can only slightly move back. I think it says a lot that the hardest challenge I ran into was a very basic jump onto a mushroom. I couldn't even complete the first level because of how badly it played. And from the sound of things, I wasn't missing out on much, because reviews of the game say it never gets easier or more fun. So this battle ends pretty quickly with a decisive victory for Antz. Maybe it wasn't amazing, but it was a masterpiece compared to A Bug's Life, which is just a disaster of a platformer with almost no redeemable qualities. And thus, the Disney vs. DreamWorks conflict ends. Well, at least until the Monsters Inc. vs. Shrek wars began. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm BrianJ, and I'll see you next time.